Okay, Maria back with another video. The other video didn't get to be completed. It looks like it got cut off. My camera used to record like an hour. I think I need to replace the memory card, and I'm taking a long time doing it. So I got like 20 minutes on all my videos. But what I was saying is that I think it's really important that information gets out there. But also, I think families also need to have discussions in their household about the sort of things that they need to keep within their household. Now, my family never voiced their resentment towards me, to me, about my marriage or anything like that at all. And they never mentioned or said anything negative or questioned or anything. They never had an open discussion to me saying that they didn't think that I should do the kind of work that I wanted to do, except for my brother did say something along the lines of, well, you know, when you get married, you shouldn't have jobs in management. And I thought, you know, you don't have the right to make that decision for me. And I just think that's very arrogant on their part. But families need to keep their business to themselves, because sometimes, well, all the time really, you throw something out there and people are literally, like, I've always believed this, like, people are just, they're like time bombs waiting to go off, okay? So they hear this, and then they want to get explosive, and they want to direct their negative energy towards somebody who never did anything wrong. The only thing that I did was I must have pissed a few white people off who thought that I was taking advantage of their white privilege. I'm going to tell you what, I've never been able to get a break as hard as I've worked, okay? And no matter what kind of quality I put out, I don't seem to get the advantages that white people get. I'm not trying to make this about race by any means, but it is. My stalking has a lot to do with race. In fact, one thing that I said to my husband that many years ago, is making a difference. It's affecting my employment and the way that people interact with me, then that just goes to show you that I'm dealing with discrimination. So, also, there is no reason to delve into my marriage in any way, shape, or form. I find it very offensive. And the very fact that, you know, and there's a lot of things that I'm suspicious about, but I'm not 100% sure on. Like the whole idea of my family. I know my family must not like my husband, and that's too bad, okay, because he's a wonderful person, and he's the best person he's the only person who's ever treated me well, and I love him very much, and he's the person that I want to be with, and I shouldn't have to justify that to anybody. He's always been very kind and considerate towards me, and he and I have had arguments in the past, but what couple doesn't, you know? But this is my home. This is where I belong, and I don't need to talk to anyone about that. But my marriage, families need to understand that issues relating to their children, their siblings, or whatever, unless they're actually trying to hurt that person on purpose, they do not need to divulge personal information about their families. They just don't, okay? Now, I'm starting to think a lot about this whole situation, and I know that Laura Hill from Creative Financial Staffing was responsible for a lot of this, and she had no right to do what she did. She has very loose lips, okay? And she had I went to lunch with her one time, and if she had any questions, she could have clarified those to me. She didn't ever have to get involved in my gang stalking to the point of what she did, okay? Now, I don't know who actually, maybe it's because Jennifer Bloomquist or somebody else, whoever was on the internet spreading this gossip, spreading these lies. That's wrong, okay? That stupid woman, I gave her a job, okay? I gave her a job, and she's going to turn around and try to create this kind of problem. Something is very wrong with that woman, okay? I think it has something to do with the fact that she's morbidly obese, and she's disgusting, and she's jealous, okay? And, you know, she needs to get the fuck off my fucking station. I have to look at her fat, disgusting face every day, and it's getting old. So anyway, you know, I'm going to tell you how ungrateful people can really be. They really can be ungrateful. And, no, I don't have anything against people who are overweight, but that's just, like, really ridiculous, okay? So, anyway, you know, I'm sitting here, sitting here being a victim of white supremacy, okay? She's a white supremacist, and she felt as though it was her responsibility, after I gave her a job, to turn around and try to sabotage my life. Weird woman, okay? But I'm not interested in people these days, okay? Because, I mean, this is a wonderful example. Take a look at how ungrateful and evil people are, okay? Stop thinking about, you know, just because you go to church that makes you a good person. I'm going to tell you what, a lot of these people go to church. They were trying to force me to go to their church. These people are wicked. And so this is a lesson for a lot of people to learn. I mean, people really need to learn from this, you know. And that's my issue about activism and talking about what happened to me, which is happening to a lot of people around the world. But in the United States, this really should not be happening to anybody. This is a perfect example of corruption. It's a perfect example of ignorance as well, because we have a very big problem in our country when we are having people work for companies that are this ignorant. I mean, it's bad. And then for people who really work hard and know what they're doing, they're sitting here in a very bad situation and getting judged on things that don't matter. So, yeah, I know I'm no longer interested in taking care or pampering these people and acting like, you know, I'm going to be reserved and not talk about who these people are. I don't see any reason why I should protect them when they exposed me wide open to all kinds of harassment. I will never forgive these people, okay? And like I said, they need to do the best they can to get this stuff taken care of, okay? I have a lot going against me, and it's not fair, okay? It's not fair that somebody can work their asses off and somebody can make a phone call and just destroy somebody's life. It's wrong. It's wrong. And the people who get involved in it and the reasons, it's just absolutely disgusting. So, yeah, I mean, people don't realize it, but the little idle gossip that they participate in a daily basis is actually throwing them into a system that is very destructive. And if I'm getting contacted from people like Christy Sifford at Wylander Solutions, if I'm getting contacted from people across the United States, that just goes to show you that this rumor mill, okay, is that damaging, okay? It's that damaging because, and it's a rumor. It's a rumor. I didn't do anything. I mean, when you cannot find a job after leaving another job, okay, you have to start realizing that you are being blacklisted, okay? And I kept thinking that I was being blacklisted, which it made sense to me. It makes sense that after leaving Steve Murray's place, that I was getting blacklisted because he was offended that I was not comfortable with being harassed. If that's the case, okay, then that just goes to show you that that's racism, okay? I did nothing of the sort to deserve this sort of thing. I was cooperative the entire time, and that is the truth, okay? And then you've got people like Holly Culhane over there at PAS Associates. I think that's bullshit, okay? They call her, and she's supposed to be some sort of professional, okay? And she's involving herself in this. She's a person who's probably strong in her, claims to be strong in her faith, yet she basically told me to go fuck myself when I was telling her what was going on with me. She is another one who probably thought gang stalking was just a conspiracy theory, and she had no idea that she was just as corrupt, okay? She's corrupt. Plain and simple. I will not keep my mouth shut about this, okay? Because this is a very serious issue, and it's taken a very long time to clear up, okay? And once again, after all of this devastation, I'm given a job that is not worth shit, okay? And it's bullshit. It's bullshit. And it's not a matter of me saying, well, you know what, you can just do what you want to do. I don't know what you're making. No, these people have put a system in place to make it so that I cannot go any further, okay? None of this is my fault. None of it, okay? And so I'm wasting my time on people like Harvey Hall when he's just as corrupt as everybody else who participated in it. I don't trust that man, and I'm glad he's leaving office. Hopefully, whoever takes the place as mayor, or maybe that's already been determined. I'm not even keeping up with the local news. That's how bad it is, okay? But whoever takes this place, I hope that they actually know what they're doing. I really do. Although I'm not sure why in the world would Harvey Hall allow this sort of thing, or let this, or him just shrug it off his shoulders and then give it to a member of law enforcement and not do anything really with it. Probably because he perhaps may have some of those views that was a part of the discrimination. Well, he needs to wake up, because you know what, it can't be that way in the workplace, okay? And I've done everything I could to resolve this issue, and he just sat there on his ass and let shit happen, okay? I don't care if he thought that these people, I was going to be surprised that at the end of all this harassment was really just my family and a bunch of two-faced friends. Did he think that I was going to be happy at the end of this? That this was something that I wanted? I know. Because you know what? I don't like people who think that they can determine what's going to make me happy. That's exactly one of the reasons why I'm in this situation. Did somebody think I was going to be happier with a piece of shit job? Did somebody think I was going to be happier with another marriage mate, maybe? Because if that's the case, like I said, don't tell me that's the shift. Because that is very fucking beyond far-fetched, okay? And you're going to fuck around with people's employment with all this shit? That's the most disturbing thing I've ever heard, okay? It's disturbing. Because it's attacking my household. I have the right to love who I want. And I have the right to make whatever I want. And I have the right, and if somebody thought because I married my husband and his mother is a Christian, okay, Joel has never been formally baptized, okay? She cannot speak for him. She cannot say, well, this is what we're going to, you cannot force religion on somebody, okay, period. Doesn't matter if that's his mother. And even if that was the case, according to the Bible, if he married me as an unbeliever, he's supposed to stick it out and act like a great model of a Christian. And I'm supposed to be so impressed that perhaps maybe I will follow. You don't interfere with somebody's marriage just because they married outside of their religion. That is against what the Bible says, okay? And that's another issue that I have with a lot of people who claim to be Christian. This is what makes me so disgusted, because everything about this just shows you how ignorant and corrupt these people are. They actually think that they can force their religion on you. They think that they have the right to decide what you do for a living. I don't want to have anything to do with his family. I don't want to have anything to do with my family. And I don't want to have anything to do with these fake Facebook friends, okay, at all. Okay, there's no, in my mind, what these people have done, I see that they have no redeeming qualities in them. It's not even, doesn't even make me think for 1 minute that I'd want to be somebody's friend who would do something like this. To me, you're nothing but trash. And I don't care what the situation is, there's absolutely no excuse for it. None. So, I really do want to get active. I wish I had other people. I don't know how many other targeted individuals are here in the Bakersfield area. I know there's some in California. And the sad part about targeted individuals is that many targeted individuals will target other people. Okay, that's what the biggest psychological phenomenon is about, you know. They see nothing wrong with the game, even though they've experienced it themselves. And I have stories to tell. I have people that I know people who've been gang stalked before, okay, and they can turn around and be a complete and total asshole. So, you know, a lot of times, you know, you have to be a target, you have to be an advocate of one person, because I can't trust anybody to be as enthusiastic about something that I am. That's why I don't like people involved. I mean, the very fact that people got involved in my work life, people made decisions for me. I'm a very independent person, okay? And I can't really enjoy what I'm doing on a personal level if people are taking control of it. I won't want it. I won't have anything to do with it. It makes me lose interest. Just like, for example, in my life, there's been times where I've had hobbies that I was really interested in, and then all of a sudden somebody else was trying to get interested in, and they started making a competition out of it, and then I lose interest because I don't want it anymore. I don't like that sort of behavior. I don't want to ever make my life a part of something connected, unless, of course, it's something deliberate and initiated by me. Otherwise, it's no good. I don't want it. And I sure as hell would have never wanted Steve Murray to come tagging along and making those life decisions for me. I think he's trash, and I hate his family, and seriously, I wish that whole farm would just blow up. I can't stand it. No, I'm not going to blow it up. Don't sit here and try to blame me or point the finger at me for something. I would never do anything, okay? But do I hate that man? You better believe I do. He's a piece of trash. He's a piece of trash, plain and simple. And I don't ever, I've lost a lot of respect for this community. I wouldn't say the whole community, but the employers who got involved in it, I certainly have lost, like, all, like, respect for these people. I really have, okay? They've shown that they're racist. They've shown that they're sexist. They've shown that they're religious intolerant, okay? They've shown that they have absolutely no regard for what I'm supposed to do and how I'm supposed to survive, okay? I can't overlook that. So, I mean, yeah, I'm disgusted with people, okay? But this is a reality, okay? And I'm very well aware that people are nothing but trash, okay? And throwing the religious element into it, it just makes it even more disgusting. It just does. But definitely activism is the only way targets even have a chance. These people, I'm sure, were 100% convinced that they were right, okay? And they were just so excited about the group activity and fitting in and making friends and the whole, you know, exhilaration of being a part of something, that they never really stopped for one moment to think that they were being corrupt. Because that's exactly what it is. Did they ever think that this was against the law? I mean, it probably never even occurred to them. And the very fact that it never occurred to them just goes to show you how ignorant they are, you know? It's hard for me to stop talking about this because it's so devastating. It's hard for me to stop talking about it because it was undeserved, and I really do feel as though I've been raped or something, like I've been violated in a way that I mean, it's very hard to articulate, you know, and I can't get over it. You know, I can't get over what I perceive these people to be 100% demonic. I really do believe that these people are demonic. The Bible says you can't, I forgot the scripture, but it's basically saying that no man could, you can't just break marriages apart because you feel like it, okay? You just can't do that. And, you know, especially now, I will tell you right now, at this point in my life, I am not interested in meeting anybody, and I'm going to have to be very careful about who I come in contact with. So, I mean, because this is what, it's what happens to you. It becomes a part of you. I mean, I'm going to be very overprotective about myself. I mean, this is very terrifying. If people will let you drive 3 hours for a job interview, knowing that you're in a state of destitution and they don't give a shit, they'd have no problem with fucking taking a gun and killing you. None. To me, Greg Barton is a goddamn murderer, plain and simple. He supports genocide, and that's exactly what he does. As well as his wife, Dee Dee, and they sit around in Palm Springs and they act like they're respectable people. They're not respectable people. They're trash. Plain and simple. And anybody who got involved in this, including Holly Culhane, Steve Murray, Wayne Long, Rita, I can't pronounce her last name, don't care to, all of these people deserve to be sued. Every single last one of them.